Guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will look at maximum beauty of an array after applying operation problem, which is from Leetcode number 2779. Let's now look at the problem statement. In this problem you are given a zero indexed array nums and a non-negative integer k. In one operation you can do the following: choose an index I that hasn't been chosen before in the range of 0 to nums length minus 1 and replace the nums I with any integer from the range nums I minus k to nums I plus k. The beauty of an array is the length of the longest subsequence consisting of equal elements, so we can call it the longest equal subsequence. Return the maximum possible beauty of an array nums after applying the operation any number of times. Note that you can apply the operation to each index only once. A subsequence of an array is a new array generated from the original array by deleting some elements, possibly none, without changing the order of the remaining elements. Now before looking at an example, let's look at the constraint. In this case, we are given total of 10 to the power 5 number of items, and k value will also be maximum 10 to the power of 5. So definitely I cannot write an nk or n square algorithm. Both of them will be 10 to the power of 10, which is way beyond your 10 to the power of 8. So let's now look at an example for better understanding. In this case, let's assume that I am given an array of 5 items, which is from 4 to 3, and my k value is 2. Our constraint is to pick an index I and replace a at I by any value in the range of a at I minus k, comma a at I plus k. So if I pick any item, let's say 4, then I can replace this 4 with any value in the range of 4 minus 2, that means 2, to 4 plus 2, that means 6. So I can choose any value 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and I can choose any of these values and replace in place of this 4, right? Now an index can only be chosen one time. If you select an index and do this kind of replacement, you cannot choose it again. The beauty is defined as the length of the longest equal subsequence. That means the longest equal subsequence will be always the maximum frequency of the same repeating item after all these kind of operations that we are performing. So our goal is to find out this maximum beauty. Now if you look at this array, then what is the minimum item? It is 1 and the maximum item is 6. Then definitely if you want to do these operations, I will not be converting the item below this minimum and above this maximum. It does not make sense, right? I can always get the maximum beauty by converting all of these numbers into certain numbers in the range of min to max. If you think about it, you will get it. Therefore, we will try to convert all the elements to each of the value in the given range from 1 to 6 and find out which number is having maximum frequency. Like let's say in this case the range is from 1 to 6. If I choose to convert all these numbers to 1, then let me see how many numbers I can actually convert. If you look at this 4, what is the distance between this 4 and 1? It is 3, which is 4 minus 1. But what is the k value? 2. So 4 cannot be converted to 1. Therefore, this will not be included in the count. If you look at this 5, then what is the distance? It is 5 minus 1, 4. Since 2 distance of conversion is allowed, so 5 can become 3 to the lowest but cannot go below 3. So therefore, this will also not be considered. If you look at 1, yes, 1 will be considered. So this is one item. If you look at 6, 6 will not be considered because this is too far away. This, if you look at this 3 and 1's distance is 2 and the k value is also 2. So yes, 3 can also be converted. So how many items can be converted to 1? 2 items. So the count is 2 here. Similarly, I will be checking for all the rest of the items in the given range. If I check for 2, then you will see that 1 and 3 will both get converted to 2, definitely. And then 4 can also get converted to 2 because the distance between them is less than equals to k. So 4 can also get converted, and in this case the count will be 4. If you choose 3, then you will find that 1 and 3 can both get converted to 3. So 1 comma 3, 4 can also get converted to 3, as well as 5 can get converted to 3 because the absolute difference between all of these elements is less than equals to k. Right. So the answer in this case is 4. You can try out all the rest of the values 4, 5 and 6, but the answer will be 4, right? So if you follow this process, then first thing I need to find is the range. The range already defined was 10 to the power of 4. So let's take it to be n. Because r will be equals to n in this case, since the number of items and range is also defined to be the maximum value same in the worst case. So I'll be taking n is the range and also n is the number of items. So for each range item, I'll be going for the entire array, and therefore this is n square complexity. and we have already seen that it will take 10 to the power of 10 operations, therefore it will not pass. Now let's understand how to find the optimal convergence point. Let's say that your items are ranging from x to x plus 2k. What value should I choose so that I can get the maximum of these numbers converted to the exact same value, so that my all the elements after conversion becomes equal, because I want to find the longest equal subsequence, right? So if you think about it carefully, it will be the middle value in between this x and x plus 2k. It will always be x plus k, because if you take x plus k, then greedily you can span over the maximum range on both the positive and negative side to x, and below you can go to x plus 2k, right? You might have had more elements, x minus 1, x minus 2 and so on above, and you might have had more elements, x plus 2k plus 1 and x plus 2k plus 2 and so on below this, and it is completely fine. If you want to include the next item, then you have to lose something from the above, right? Because the range is always predefined. The entire range is x plus 2k, right? This entire range, absolute difference is x plus 2k. So we need to choose a convergence value to maximize the frequency. I want to convert all the numbers within the range to the same number, right? So that number has we can choose greedily to be the middle point always, right? In between the top and down, or in between the L and R values. You have to always take the mid value. So since I already know the k value, the mid value will be x plus k all the time. Now if you want to implement this kind of technique, then all the best options must be lying side by side. Otherwise, how can you guarantee if x plus 2 is present somewhere else? How can you take a slice and try to convert it to a certain number and guarantee your answer, right? That you cannot guarantee. If all the elements are arranged in certain order, then only you can take out a slice. Therefore, the sorting of the array becomes important here, right? Now let's take another example where all the items are sorted. So I have a certain set of items, but I have just taken a snap of the long array from index I to index I plus 6. And let's say my k value is equals to 20. So in this case, what will be the maximum coverage? Where should I put the left and the right pointer so that I can cover the maximum elements, so that all of those elements gets converted to the same value? If you think about it, you will be picking from 20 to 60, because the difference between them is 40, which is 2 times of k. Because if you take the gap to be 2 times of k, then only every one can be converged to a value k. So in this case, every one can be converged to the mid value between 20 and 60, which is 40. Every one can get converted to 40, and it is possible to convert because you can do a plus k or minus k on each of these items, right? Now if you go to any item to the left hand side of 20, let's say 10, then you cannot convert this 10 to 40 because the gap is more than k. And if you go to any item to the right of 60, you cannot convert this 70 to 40 because the gap is more than 20, right? So that is the reason with this logic we can define the boundary within which all the elements can be made as same. We will not be exactly making it same, but we know that we can make it happen, right? Now I will maintain the count of this number of items that I can make equal, right? So that will be equals to 5 in this case, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 5 elements, right? Now I will be moving this concept to the right hand side. So let's say my start point now becomes 30. So what will be my end point? It will be 70, right? So this is the concept of sliding window, right? Where the window size is already fixed. The window size will be 2 times of k. It cannot be more than 2 times of k or less than 2 times of k. It will be exactly 2 times of k. So I hope you have understood the logic of why we are going to solve this by sliding window. Let's see a dry run. In this case, we are given an array of items having 8 elements and our k value is 2. Now you already know that I will be sorting this array so that all the best options comes adjacent to each other. And what will be my window size? How we will define it? We know that if the k value is 2, and since I can do a coverage from minus k to plus k for each of the array at I element, right? So the window size becomes 2k, right? So I will take 2 pointers left and right. Initially it will be pointing to just 0 index, and I will keep moving the right pointer to the right hand side unless this condition is not being followed. Unless we go outside of the window, I'll keep moving the right to the right hand side. Or second condition is we go to the end of the array. Whenever your condition is satisfying, then I will be incrementing the window count because one item has been included. If you try to include this 3, then what is the gap between the array at R and L? It is 2. And what is the window size? Window size is 4. So yes, it is less than equals to window size, so it is fine. This can also be included. So 2 items included. Again, you can include this 3 for the same reason. So 3 items included. Now for this 5, what is the gap? 5 minus 1 is 4. The window size is 4. So yes, this can also be included. Now if you look at this 6, 6 minus 1 is 5 and the window size is 4. So this is out of bound. Your current R value is at index 4. Now how many elements have you included? We have included 4 elements, right? So we want to maximize this count over all the windows. So that's why I will be taking the max count, which will be maximum of already known max count, comma, the current window count. So I'll make it 4. Okay. And once I'm done with this, then I will try to make the window valid by moving this left pointer to the right hand side. So unless the window becomes valid, I will keep moving this left pointer to the right hand side. Now if you move this L pointer to the right hand side, definitely the number of items included is 1 less, right? So this will be 3 items now. Now you check out the difference. 6 minus 3. What is the gap? It will be 3, which is less than equals to 4. So it is completely fine. So we will again go back in the loop and keep moving this right to the right hand side unless we go out of bound or out of the windows. So I will move this to the right hand side because 6 minus 3 is less than equals to 4. So 1 item is getting included. Now this 8 minus 3 is 5, which is actually greater than 4. So this cannot be included. Now once we are done moving the right pointer to the right hand side, I will update the max count to max of 4 comma 4, which will remain to be 4, right? And then I will be pushing this left to the right hand side. When I push this, then I will decrement the window count. Again at 3, the gap between 8 and 3 is 5, which is greater than 4. So I'll again push this. And so the window count will become 2 because we have 2 items. Now if you check the gap between 8 and 5, it is 3, which is less than equals to 4. So we are fine. Now next time in the loop, I will be moving this right pointer to the right hand side. So I'll move this to the right hand side and I'll make it 3. Now again, I'll move this to the right hand side because again 8 minus 5 is 3, which is less than equals to 4. So the number of items become 4. Again this 9 minus 5 is 4, which is less than equals to 4. So I will include this as well. And my right goes out of bound. So here I will stop. Now once I'm done with that, again I will be checking my window count and updating my max count. So this will become 5. And after this, since the right is already out of bound, there is no point in moving this left to the right hand side, and we are done. So once we are done, then the max count will actually give you the maximum window size where all the elements could be converged to the exact same number given this operation set. So this is how we solve this problem optimally using the simple sliding window approach. In this approach, you don't need to maintain this max count. You can always do it using the right minus left to find the window size. But I just took it for easier understanding. The first step in this entire algorithm was the most costly step, which is sorting. So it will be n log n. And after that, the sliding window was linear time order of n. The space complexity, I will consider order of 1 due to in-place sorting. Now let's look at the code. If you are someone who is looking to prepare for top product based company within a limited time of just 3 months, then we have brought for you both the DSA and the system design live interview training program. The most important feature of this program is you get a filtered and condensed structured curriculum, in-depth discussion of all the topics, and my guarantee of your understanding, one-on-one guidance with me, and live weekend classes. To know more about the training, you can WhatsApp us on this given number. In this code, as you can see, we are given the nums array and the key value. The first step I do is sorting, and after that I will define the bunch of variable max count to keep track of the answer. Then the window count to keep track of the current count of items present in the window. As I said, you don't need this. You can just do right minus left. Then you have the left and the right pointer as well. Then you have the num size, right? Now I will be repeating this until the right goes out of bound. Now the first step is to find the maximum size of the valid window. So I will keep moving the right pointer to the right hand side unless either I go out of bound or I go out of the current window. Right, so these are the two conditions, and if the items are included one after another, I will do window count plus plus and I will keep moving to the right. Once I have found the maximum window size starting at L, which is the left, then I will always update the maximum count. After updating it, I will check if the right pointer has gone out of bound. If it has gone out of bound, then I will break out and my entire code is done and I will return the max count. Otherwise, if we are not done, then I'll be pushing this left pointer to the right hand side unless the window again becomes valid. Okay, so I will keep pushing this left to the right hand side. So we are excluding items on the left side, therefore we will be doing window count minus minus, and the left will be going to the right hand side. So this is the entire code, and I hope you were able to understand it. If you still have any doubt, then feel free to comment below and I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of these programming videos. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.